Well, it's been a while since I posted any 300ZX updates, so I guess I'll give you guys an idea of what I've been doing and what I'll be working on. Twice this summer, this thing has left me stranded for fuel pump issues. Turns out it wasn't actually the fuel pump, but the wires going into the tank on the top. So with that, I'm going to be replacing the complete fuel system in this, going dual pumps. The regulator and the filter are going to be moved to the firewall. We got 8AN fuel line, second Walbro 450, some random adapters and splitters. I've got a 6AN kit coming in and a few other minor parts. I've also got the billet tank top for the 300ZX from Pucker Factory. So I'll be getting that installed. I've actually been sitting on this for, I think, 2 years now or something like that. But it's finally time to do something about the fuel issues and the fact that I'm pretty much out of room to grow on a Walbro 450. So that's why we're going dual Walbro 450s. I'm going to be using this PWM controller to control both of them. So I don't need check valves. I can run both of them at the same time off one controller. Hopefully, if that works the way I would like it to, it all works out, and then I can just reduce the speed of the pumps at idle and solve some of the heating of the fuel issues that I've been having. So I don't have all the parts for that right now, so that's going to sit. The next project I will be working on is this fan, which does an amazing job of cooling the car. But what I don't like about it is the amp draw. When it kicks on, it draws so many amps that it actually draws the voltage down in the car, even with a Titan alternator. Now, once the fan kicks on, the Titan alternator can keep up. It's just that initial surge. So I went to the pick and pull and I got this PWM fan controller out of a Ford. I'll be wiring that in and hooking that up into Megasquirt. These controllers have soft start, so even if it does come on full, it ramps up slowly. And it also can be run at anywhere from like 20% to 100%. So this will stop the amp draw problems I'm having with that. I just need to get it wired in. Not too big of a deal, but I'm going to have to pull the fan out, get this mounted to the fan, do all the wiring. But pretty simple. Should be a really good upgrade to the cooling system. Even though the cooling in this car has been really, really good. This thing does not overheat at all, and that fan can control any kind of temperatures, even in 105-degree heat. So we're just going to do a quick upgrade with that. So this is the next upgrade we'll be doing. This will be later on. That is a Eurospec 370Z diff housing. You can see the fins on the bottom of it, unlike this one right here, which is I actually have an M35, but it's the same as a 350, 370. So I'll be using that housing. That housing came with 408 gearing, I think it was, or 409 gearing from Z1, and a Z1 Helica differential, and of course the Z1 cover. The Z1 LSD that was in that is currently in my 350Z diff in the car. That will be going back into there with the gears from this one, which are 369s, and that will all be installed into my Z. The problem I'm having is this cover right here interferes on the subframe, so I have to take the subframe out and modify it to fit this cover. It can't remember exactly where, but it hits, I think, maybe somewhere up in here. There's a lip that's going to be taken off, and I got to reinforce it. Get that all installed, but that's going to be like a springtime thing. The biggest thing we need to do is get this fuel system complete and get this reliable. The last time it actually died in my driveway, and went to start it, no fuel pressure. Messed around with the wires going to the top of the tank, and I was able to get it to run and drive it into the garage. A couple days later, I started it up, and I checked the temperature of the studs, and the studs were at 140 degrees after running for just 5 or 6 minutes. The bulkhead studs are known for having high resistance after getting old in the Z31, especially with a upgraded pump. So it's time to completely replace that. And plus, I'm using the factory 5/16 lines. I need to go with the bigger 8AN lines just to be able to flow the fuel that this thing is using, especially on E85. That should be 3 different videos coming up relatively soon. The fan one I'm going to start working on here this weekend. and getting that installed. Then it's pretty much just waiting on fuel system parts to get here. Once I get everything here, I'll start ripping the fuel system out of this and just completely going through and replacing every bit of it, from the lines, the pumps. I'll be reusing the pump that's in there because I know that pump is good, and then just adding the second pump. Once all that is completely taken care of, then it will be these differentials over here and getting them put together. So basically taking three and making one good one out of it, and with all the specs that I want. If you're interested in seeing any of that, subscribe, and I'll be posting them videos here pretty shortly.